saw guys make plays with blocks and touchdowns, and Coach John Thorne used to always say, make special teams special, and our guys did that today, which was really it was really good to see. Coach Wood's done an unbelievable job with those guys, the guys on those special teams. We consider starters. A lot of them aren't offensive or defensive starters, so they're starters in their own right, and they take a lot of pride in what they do. So it was great to see them have success. Offensively, good to keep things rolling and get the ground game going a little bit. The second and third groups did a really nice job in the second half of running the football, playing to our standard, and then defensively, it's going to be hard to be upset about a shutout, but I'm sure Coach Durkin will find things. But for our defense, it was two totally different opponents. Roosevelt wanted to get in a big personnel and run the ball. Carthage is going to spread out a little bit more and try and throw the ball. So I think it was good for us to see two totally different styles of offense on defense, and have to stop both of them and have success stopping both of them.
Luke, great game once again as a passer and a rusher. When you were taken out, did you have any words for Calvin or Alex coming in after you?
The main point I wanted to talk to them about was just ball security at that point in the game. I don't know with the conditions. We really didn't want to give the ball back to their team, because there were some times where we were in our own territory a lot, just with some punts that they had. But just really wanted them to focus on ball security and making the right reads, and just because the ball is the most important thing. So ball first, and just get it to your guys who, the running backs just really great athletes. So just get it to them and let them do the work.
For Joe, 2 straight games, 100+ rushing yards. What's it like to you being the new feature back in this team now that Ethan and Terrence have both graduated?
It's fun. Been waiting a long time for this, working hard, but I couldn't do it without my O-lineman. I couldn't even do it without Coach Greenfield or Coach Hill. They've been really molding me to become the person and player I am today. So I really owe it to all them, and it's just fun.
Another question really quick, similar question to what we were talking with Luke, talking about with Calvin and Alex. We saw a bunch of different guys get carries and a bunch of different guys get scores. Were you saying any words of encouragement to a lot of these younger guys who are getting looks for some of them their first collegiate games?
Yeah, just tell them to go out there and run hard. The boys, the O-line was doing really good today, moving them. All they got to do is just ball security and just do what they do.
Kyler, for you, first collegiate game, first game here at Penn and Eddie Worley, recorded an INT and a block punt. What was running through your head out there, and can you kind of reflect on that now?
Looking back on it now, I was just grateful to be given the opportunity, and coming here, it was a blessing, and I knew I could make the plays. So getting out there, making the plays, it was just exciting to do it, and have all my teammates for me and congratulate me after. That was fun to do, fun to see, and yeah.
As a defensive back, have you been able to take anything from guys like Jerron, Antoine so far?
Yeah, and also Julian Bell, Riley McCurdy, Zach Orr, and Will Vernon. Those guys have really just poured all they have, all the knowledge that they have into me as a young freshman, and all those guys seniors and juniors. So just them giving me all their knowledge has really helped me grow this season so far.
One more for Coach. Being up 49-0 at halftime, what message are you giving your guys at that point to make sure that they're staying focused? Something that we had talked about before the game was keeping the pedal to the metal. Is that something that you're also echoing to your guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the message. It was come out strong, offense. Let's get it going, and let's keep it rolling. Let's do our job. We have the first string still in. They're going to have one drive, and they knew that, and that was it. And that's what we wanted to see. That was the improvement from week 1 to week 2 offensively, and really as an entire team. Our coaching staff wanted to see was coming out and finishing a game. So that was the message, was let's finish this game, let's get a lot of guys into the game, and play to our standard. And we're gonna, whether you're third string or starter, you're gonna get graded the same way tomorrow. And the standard that we have for those positions, it is what it is. It's not different because of what the score is or because of who's in. So it was play to the standard. Let's learn our lesson from week 1 and finish off this game strong. And young men did a great job doing that.
one final question for you guys. The conditions in the rain, noticed that it looked to be a bit difficult at times, holding on to the ball and had trouble getting traction. Was that something that you guys got more acclimated to throughout the game? Because it felt like, especially early on, rain was coming down a bit harder, looked to make it tough for a little bit.
I think, yeah, as the game goes on, you start to get used to the weather, but like we've had practices outside, so like we know how we're supposed to. Cause like throwing the ball, you gotta throw it a different way. Catching it, you gotta catch a different way. Just so we practiced in those conditions, so like we knew how to handle it. We just kind of had little slip ups. I know I fumbled a snap, just like you really gotta keep your eyes on the ball doing it. I didn't do it in that play, but got lucky that it didn't turn it over. But we practiced in those conditions, so when it came to the game, it looked like we were affected by it at first, but we ended up coming back and figuring out what we needed to do to hold on to that ball.
Any other final comments?
Good
Well, we
practice.